All right, here we go. Like a lot of people, like, oh my gosh, your Worldwide Wednesday. Well, first of all, some people don't even know the show exists, right? But let's see if it goes. I don't know if it is working. So maybe I gotta see my. There we go. It should be working. Is that my Facebook? Yes. Awesome. See this sound check. I guess I have to go on my thing. Yeah. I get it. So let me see. Unless someone's gonna say that my video's working. Anybody? That'd be super awesome. Hold on, let me see. Yes, it's working. Okay, cool. Okay, we're good to go.
Yes,
right?
It's working.
And this is how you make your pet talk.
Okay, I don't know what that. What is this? Oh. Okay. I don't want to blow out my ears on this one. What's going on, Noah? All right, here we go. Let's go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the worldwide internet, Big Daddy Shin's proud to present Worldwide Wednesday! Yes, thank you, everybody. So I need to get rid of this thing right here, and then I need to go over and then put my little thing right there, right? And yes, Sangun and Noah. Noah, I totally remember you, right? So you got to tell me what school, though. I have no idea. So, yeah. And what happens is, so the people that don't know, Worldwide Wednesday is a thing where I come up and, I used to do it on Instagram, and then, it's, you come on YouTube, and basically comes into Worldwide Whatever Wednesday, because I had no idea. There we go. Yes, I totally remember you. I still teach in your district, right? I'm at the virtual school now. So yeah. So let's get started. So usually Worldwide Wednesdays when people say like, hey, what did you do here, whatever, right? And then my students would ask me questions, and then I would just answer straight up. I mean, it's like, I do it in the whole PG rated, whatever, and just unbiased and stuff. But what happened is this week, a lot of things happened. Yes, we had Valentine's Day. I mean, it's all right. There's not much to talk about there. Okay, yeah, I drove to and from Mexico. Okay, I drove to and from the Valley. Yes, I get it. And then also I rested on Monday, and then I slept for so long. Right, but it was a fun weekend, and time to move on. We have to get onto the whole thing. So what I realize is just seeing how myself is going. I realized that I had to do something extra. When people say like, oh, you know what, I need to lose weight, I need to do that kind of thing. Okay, but the whole I'm so happy. I mean, I'm perfectly happy how I am. Stuff like this. Okay, granted, I am a totally happy dude. Right? But thing is, no matter how happy you are, you have to figure out, okay, you know what? I should probably lose weight. Why? It doesn't matter what people think. No, it's not what people think about you. It's about dying. So what everybody's saying, like, oh yeah, coronavirus, stuff like this, and you're overweight, you're 50, and this. Okay, you start to think about these little things like, right? Am I going to go on my own things, saying like, I'm perfectly fine. Maybe I'll live till I'm 51. Right? Or do I do what I can to try and prolong what I'm going to do? So this week I decided to do some different life hacks, right? So these are things that we totally knew. We totally knew in the past, but then we just never did it. Or at least I never did it, right? And then so what I realized is being a skinny person is not that hard, okay? I know for me to say, close to 300 pounds, you're like, oh my God, what are you saying? You don't know what to do. No, I know exactly what to do. But the problem is, do I do it? No, I don't. Because before I'm thinking like, okay, you know what? I'm perfectly fine. I'm going to do what I can, go for this walk every day, do this exercise bike every night, and eat what I do, right? But some of the things that I tried this week, I realized, oh my gosh, I just cut out some major habits. Okay, like number one, water. So everyone says like, oh yeah, you got to drink water, you got to drink water. Yeah, whatever, okay, right? And then I knew I had to drink water. And then, I know I overdo it sometimes, but I'm like, okay, you're 8 glasses a day or whatever it's supposed to be. But I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way I'm supposed to do 8 glasses just like a girl half my weight is supposed to do. Right? And then so I looked it up and then they said, yes. Well, they said a lot of places said that you're supposed to do half your weight in ounces. And I go, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot, Because, one of those small bottles is what, 12 ounces or it's, I don't know, 20 ounces. So I figure, okay, those orange juice bottles at Costco. Okay, I filled up with water. I have like 4 of them in my refrigerator. I figure, okay, if I drink 2 of them, that's fine. I actually looked at the thing, the ounces, only 59 ounces. So just so you know, 1.8 liters is 59 ounces. So I go, oh my gosh, if I drink 2 of them, that's only like, 118. I have to drink like half of another one, right? I had to get close to 150 ounces. And I'm going, gosh, there's no way. And then, there is a way, but then I was thinking about those times in the past where some days, literally, I would drink only like half a bottle a day, if that. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my body's so dehydrated. My mouth is always dry and stuff. And I can't imagine that all the stuff that I eat inside my body, it's like turning into paste. So I'm surprised that my blood wasn't like, I don't know, red paint or whatever it is, or like my pee wasn't like, sugar water. So I figure, okay, I'm going to drink as much water as possible and see what happens. Now I figure, just try to do the whole over drinking thing. So now I'm the human guinea pig on this one. Okay. So for the past 3 days, I've been drinking at least 150. See right here. This one was I had a green tea thing in here, but this thing right here, it's 59 ounces right there. Right. So I drink 2.5 of these and then I feel great. Right now, I want to see what happens if I drink this every day. Okay. And, I was looking like, what are the downsides of it? Can you drown? Yes, you can. But that's if you drink it like ridiculous amounts of water. But they said that you're supposed to only drink like 30 ounces an hour. That's how much your like kidneys could process. And I'm like, oh man. So these times of just chugging water, it was like totally like, playing Mike Tyson on my kidneys. And I'm like, oh. So, okay. I learned that I'm going to gradually drink the water. Like yesterday, I realized that, I forgot to drink most of the water most of the day. And then, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about 100 ounces short. So I stayed up last night and I watched a movie. And then, so actually 2 movies. And then just slowly drank it and I felt great. Right? Now, here's the crazy part about it. I am having 10-pound swings, right? Because, okay, 16 ounces is a pound. So if you drink 150, let's say we drink 160 ounces, that's 10 pounds of water a day. And then your kidneys have to process and you have to pee it out. You're basically, just in and out, right? And there's no hamburgers in this one. It's just water in and water out. And then so I was while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about all the crap that I used to eat. Right? Like eating a chocolate bar or eating, some type of ice cream or something, right? And I'm thinking, okay, if I drink the water, it's probably going to dilute some of the stuff, right? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, you do it and pee it out, right? But then when I'm not drinking that much water, I'm going, holy crap, it's stuck in there. Now, thing is, I'm not scientific, whatever. It's not Dr. Shin or anything like that, right? It's more of like, common sense, right? It's like you have like food coloring and then you put it in something, and like if it just concentrates, really dark. But then if you put more water, it just gets more diluted, and it turns, well, maybe it's going to turn white eventually. But that's how I thought that the water did, and we won't know until I do this for, well, I don't know. So today I'm halfway there. I still got to drink another one of these things, and then I'm done, and then I could go rest. But that, I feel really good about it, because now what happens is my body feels more refreshed. My voice feels amazing, and I'm not tired. I'm not feeling lazy or anything. And this also contributed to me not eating as much. And then so, okay, here's confessions of a fat dude, right? So what happens is, just say Harold the handyman calls me up, says, hey, we're going to go out and get steaks tonight. Okay, cool deal. What time? 6. Okay. And then he calls me like while I'm eating lunch, like at like In-N-Out or something. I don't know, right? And then so through the day, I'm thinking like, okay, I got to eat dinner, but then I'm kind of hungry now. So then about like 3 o'clock, I would eat something else, right? And then, I'd snack basically like 2 hours before dinner. And then I was notorious for this. And thing is, then you go and you eat the dinner because you're hanging out with your friends and stuff. And all of a sudden you just totally overate, right? So I realized that like with these last couple days, you had the 2 Valentine dinners, whatever, right? And then so I knew I was going to eat those days at dinner. But I knew that usually on the long drives, I'll go to like McDonald's and buy Coke so I won't fall asleep. Same thing with driving to work. I'll take like a soda. So, instead of doing a coffee, I have the caffeine. But the last week, I said, no, I didn't do it. 2 hours, I could get by, right? And I totally did. And thing is, so I'm making the progress on that. But also, I made progress that I'm not going to eat. Like if I'm going to go eat with other people, I'm not going to screw up my appetite by eating a couple hours beforehand. Maybe I'll eat like a breakfast or something in the morning. But like, like if they say, hey, let's go to lunch, and then, I ate like at 10, that's not a good idea. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And also one thing too is when I go out for my walks, when I go out for my walks, I'm usually here at home and I don't eat. And when I go for the walk, I'm like super hungry. But I figure, oh, you know what? Go out in nature and stuff, and do my thing. But as soon as you finish that hour walk, right, you're feeling a little bit hungry, driving home, thinking like, oh man, okay, I got to go teach my kids. Okay, maybe I'll go to McDonald's. Okay, look at the app, look at the whatever, right? Just get a little snack and go. Maybe the $1 hash browns. But what happened is I realized that I was tempted on that because I was hungry. So what I did, I'm starting to drink a lot of water, like maybe half of one of these water things in the morning, and then maybe like an egg, right? And then so when I go out and I'm not hungry, then I don't feel like going and buying like some type of snack thing, knowing that I could come back home and then drink the rest of the water and maybe get another egg. Who knows, right? But that's one of the things that helped me out too with the water. So I don't feel hungry most of the day now. I mean, before it was just stubbornness. Like, when I did the whole Best in World show, right? I lost like 10 pounds in like 2 weeks because I was just work. I didn't think about anything. But I know that when I'm not that busy, I do think about eating a lot. But I realize it's because I wasn't drinking a lot of water. So I know some people say like, hey, you can't just live like that because this water thing, you're going to die. But no, I mean, I'm eating, smart. Like I made that chili recipe that I do, right? Usually I make it and then I eat the whole thing all day, right? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. But the other day when I did it, I just took out a ladle full, just one scoop. I ate it, drank a lot of water, and then I was full. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I come home later, I eat another ladle full. I'm like, this isn't too bad. So these are the type of things that I'm learning at an old age, 50 years old, right? And these are the things that, you have to do so you won't be fat. So if I go these type of habits, I'm not fasting. I'm not starving myself. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm eating the meats and the vegetables, but I'm just drinking a lot of water, and I'm not eating when I'm not supposed to. I don't feel like going to get like a ice cream or get like go to get a Coke. I mean, you drop those things, and let's say I eat like a 250-pound dude. Well, you know what? I lose weight then because I weigh more than 250. If I eat like a 200-pound dude, I know you 150-pound people are going like, oh, that's like a pig. No, it would be totally helpful, right? So, anyways, you guys will see me throughout throughout my life to see if this actually works. And then I'm stubborn enough to do it and just go for it, right? Because the whole thing where it's like I don't like making excuses, and I know that you guys are watching, seeing if I'm messing up or not. Yeah, I get it, right? But one thing I'm willing to try, right? Okay, enough diet stuff. I mean, it's not like you knew what you guys are gonna get on my thing today. Anyway, hold on, let's see. My thing's all messed up right there. So yeah, I'm going back to. I grew up on house hunting. So some of you guys knew that I was looking for a house for a long time. Even before the pandemic, I almost bought a house in Victorville, and it was on the lake. It was like this whole mini mansion. It was totally me. You'd have been like, oh my gosh, rock star, backyard on the lake, right by the golf course, gonna get my, get my golf cart, drive to school. I mean, everything. And then for those of you who think that I'm like a millionaire, no, I'm not. It's just that it's a lot cheaper to live up there than over here. So when I canceled it, because school wasn't in, I'm like, okay, I came back. I'm living in my apartment. I'm just hanging out here, right? You get to see me here every day. And I figured, gosh, I want to buy a house, but when would be the good time to go buy a house, right? Do I have to wait till school comes in? Do I have to see if I'm going to teach in school or not? And yeah, I am a virtual teacher now. So I really, even when everybody comes in for schools, I'm still going to be teaching remotely. So technically I could buy a house in Mexico and I could live there. That'd be awesome. But no, I'm not. So, so me and Jill, we've been like, looking for houses. Okay, we're not going to live together. She's looking for a house. I'm looking for a house. We like the similar areas, right? But man, when you go house hunt, no joke, everything from like $500,000 to like $1 million. If it's any good, they advertise it and people buy it up in like a day or 2 or 3, right? Like, oh my gosh. So the thing is, we're just looking for these things like they're Beanie Babies and stuff, and then it just like see a house before you even get to look at the house. Somebody already offered, and then they already accepted. Okay, now here's how crazy it is. All right, they're saying that so I lost on a couple houses, but what happens is people are bidding like 7 to 10% above the house thing. Okay, for instance, if it's a $500,000 house, they're bidding at least $550,000, right? And you don't know. It's like a blind bid thing. Some of them are doing even more. And then so when it gets to like 700,000, they're bidding 770,000, 880,000. $2 million, $2,240,000. No, I'm kidding. I'm not, it's just whatever, right? You had to go with whatever you could afford. But thing is, it's like, I don't know. It's like everybody's looking for the same stuff, and then it's pretty crazy. And then so that's why they're saying that it's a seller's market. So like if you have a house that looks even halfway decent, or it's on big land, and you could like fix it up and then flip it, yeah, you basically got like hot commodity. Now, what happens is I learned a big lesson, because before when I was buying a house, I was buying it in a neighborhood that like the houses were on the market for like a year. And people would not buy these houses because they're just too expensive. And so if the seller doesn't have other people to sell, they'll probably work it out with you, right? But these ones, they have zero reason to like work it out with me. So you're just coming in a whole bidding war, and then so, okay. Now, I have a realtor, and then, when we're talking about stuff, I realize once you get in this habit of looking at houses, all right, even if there are zero houses, you see the same houses in the same city over and over again, right? And then the next day, you see the same houses all over again, right? You even look at the same houses again, thinking one of the pictures changed. No, there's a bunch of wires right there. No, look at the termite infested area right there. But oh my gosh, 800,000? No, but so what happened is I noticed that a lot of houses are starting to pop up like mushrooms, right? Maybe they're not the greatest houses, but the houses, they're starting to come back around. So my realtor said, hey, you know what? Just wait till March. And then if something comes, great. But it looks like more houses are popping up. But thing is, I realized that like when you have an addiction, okay, of just going on, when you have like dead time, you look at your phone, you look at your computer, and looking at houses, it's like an addiction. And then you see the thing. Now I could just look at the street, and I could look at the street, look at the price, and go, whatever. Look at the square footage, right? Or you just look at the picture. You look at the front of the house, and you just look for all the power lines, right? And then so, I learned the stuff about like leasing solar. You don't want to buy a house that they're leasing solar. That's like the worst deal ever. And but if you buy your own solar system, then yeah, it's totally worth it. So what happens is I kind of cured my addiction for it. But thing is, even though I'm waiting, I figure, you know what? I'll just look for Jill, right? So I go and look at the thing, and I see the same houses over and over again. And then you try to, it's kind of weird because when you start looking for houses, you learn of cities that never existed before in your life. What's Eastvale, right? Cudahy. I don't know. Whatever they have. There's like all these different cities. And you're like, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. And then you look at it, and then you see your house. Just say it's worth like $700,000, right? And you click on the houses surrounding it. And then sometimes they're all 700,000. So you're like, okay, it's a pretty good house. Or maybe this is the cheapest house. There's like 800,000. You're like, oh my gosh, it's a good deal. Sometimes you see a house that's $700,000. It's in a neighborhood with a bunch of like $500,000 houses, right? Tracy, I have no idea. I just see the thing on the freeway, and I'm like, yeah. So anyways, yes, no matter how you pronounce it, Tracy, I am not going to move there. So yeah, it's like, one of the lessons is you don't want to live in a place that you can't even spell. So I was talking to one of my students' parents, and it turns out that her friend is selling a place close by where I live, and for $500,000. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a steal, right? But I'm thinking, gosh, how crappy of a house has to be if they're going to sell for $500,000 in that neighborhood? Because I know for a fact that houses over there in the area that she's telling me, at least 650, 700, right? So maybe they didn't do it. Maybe they hang their clothes on the clothesline. I have no idea. But thing is, I don't want to live there anyway. It's like, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these people like, oh, this happened in politics. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to move away from California. No, I love California, right? It's just super expensive. Like I saw this meme the other day, right? And it's not far from a joke, really. Someone had it said, rooms in California are going to be like this. $1,500 for one bedroom, one bath, right? And then it's just a toilet in a room. And I go, I hated to laugh at that, but it's totally true. And then so, whatever. And then I'm driving, getting on the freeway, and you see like a bunch of tents, on the on ramp. You're like, gosh, those people, they're not paying rent at all. When I went to the Valley the other day, I went to North Hollywood. And then so, I'm looking at the houses there. I'm like, oh, wow, these are nice houses, right? And then I go onto this underpass. I think it was like, I don't know what freeway, maybe the 170 freeway, whatever. And then it was just lined up with tents. I'm like, holy crap. These people have a better zip code than I do. And I'm like, oh, man. But don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go live on the street. No, I'd probably die. I mean, if I lived on the street, then yeah, you guys are going to force me to get that vaccination, right? But yeah, it turns out that a lot of people, so going to the whole Sangum thing, everybody's getting the whole vaccination now, right? So teachers, we moved up to the 1A status, right? You had like really important people go on, and then the second important people come on, and then you have teachers, right? Oh, no. Before us, you have the weed dealers. Yeah, they got on the list before us. And then so now the teachers, what they wanted to do is vaccinate all the teachers so we could go back to school and teach. But for me, thank God I'm in a virtual academy. So, but anyways, I have that option. They said, yeah, if you want to take the vaccine, you could go to, certain areas, sign up for it and take the shot. No, I refuse to do it. I mean, even if I did take the shot, I want my mom to get it before me, right? But what happens is there's a problem. So if you're over 65, easy, you get it, right? But they're saying that they're running out of these things now. It's like, oh my gosh, right? So now, like, they're bringing in the FEMA, they're bringing in the National Guard and all this stuff, all just to help California, right? Help California get like, as much vaccine as possible, which is a great thing, right? But the problem is, what about the rest of the country? I guess the other states, they have to get a recall for the governor to get all that stuff, right? But anyways, whatever the case is, right? You have people getting the vaccination in California, and hopefully when these schools open up, then things will be back to normal. I'm thoroughly enjoying going out to eat at these different restaurants. I mean, right now everything is outdoors. And if you're in LA, it kind of sucks because it's like windy these days and it's freezing. No joke. So last night, I went and I met one of my friends. And then I was there a little bit early. I ordered the food and they closed. And then what happened was, I'm like, this sucks. I'm not going to sit outside because they took in the tables, and I'm not going to sit on a curb like one of those North Hollywood residents that I saw the other day. And eat my food, right? No. So then what happened is, I saw my friend and I got to go. There's no way, right? Because it was just freezing and it sucked, right? But the thing is, you go to Orange County, yeah, you could go into like most restaurants. They're in there, or they have the heaters. They have all the stuff, and it's great, right? So, that's what I enjoy doing. And, I'm not saying that my life is back to normal, but I know that Valentine's days are pretty normal as well. So it's like, okay, what I mean normal is usually I don't have a Valentine, okay? But, I with two people, like one girl on Saturday and one girl on Sunday, and yeah, just called me, let's have dinner. Okay, that simple, right? And it's perfectly fine. But every Valentine's, I always get some person from my past calling me. Somebody just sends me the message, hey, how are you doing? And it's usually from a blocked number. I'm going, oh my God, who's this? And then so me being the dumb person, right? After I'm done with everything, done with dinner, all that kind of stuff, and then I just go, what the heck? Unblock it. Hey, happy Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, I always think about you during Valentine's Day because you're such a sweet guy. Da, 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 all that kind of stuff, right? And then so I'm like, okay, that was before you got married. That was like a boyfriend and a husband ago, right? And then so it's like, oh yeah, da 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 da. And then so I'm like, this is a bad idea. I shouldn't even entertain it. I should just reblock right there. Did I? No. So I ended up calling. I know. It was a long drive from North Hollywood. If you guys know how far North Hollywood is around here, traffic just sucks. You're sitting on there, and then, on Sunday nights, there's not too many good talk show things on the radio. So I'm like, shoot, why not? Right? It's Valentine's Day. So I called, and what happened is the girl, she's like super drunk, right? But, coherent and everything, and, we talked about certain things, and then I'm like, this is a bad conversation. And then so, my show is totally PG-13, and so that's why it's like I can't really tell you what went on with that 30-minute conversation. So immediately I call Jason, I'm not going to move to Boston, right? Had to like them apples, right? Okay, I'll tell you about Boston in a second. Well, yeah, I'll talk about Boston now because thing is, okay, so this one I talked to my friends who know this girl, and then we talked about stuff, and then all the stuff, the weird things. I'm seeing how she is and stuff, whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't date a crazy girl and all kind of whatever, and things will possibly happen, and only thing that could happen in this relationship is something bad. So we have a date this Friday. No, I'm kidding. That was a shock. There's no way. No way. Well, as of this second, there is no way. My mom's probably going like, don't you go do it. No, I mean, I think I have like class Friday anyway. I don't know. I'll come up with some excuse. She doesn't watch my stuff anyway. There's only like 4 people watching, so whatever. So Jason, I'm not going to Boston because A, they cheat. I mean, let's face facts. You had Alex Cora and the Boston Red Sox. All they do is cheat, hitting their garbage cans instead of home runs. But thing is, okay. So when in my heyday, I was a professional game show contestant, and then one year, 2 years in a row, I got on Deal or No Deal, the syndicate version. So the first year I did it in LA. It was on 5 episodes, and I didn't get picked. But the next year, they called me back, but they said, hey, you got to go to Boston or you got to go to Connecticut. I'm like, oh, God. But you know what? I'll do it. For a chance to win $500,000? Shoot. Sign me up. I look like a briefcase model. Why not? So I do it. And then so when I went down over there, okay, I had a choice. Go to New York or go to Boston. I went to Boston. Well, A, it was cheaper, right? And as soon as I got to Boston, I had to get one of those cars. And I figured, okay, how hard could it be to drive to Connecticut? No joke. Every mile was a toll booth. I'm like, holy crap. It just happens that I have a lot of dollar bills in my pocket. I don't know why, but I did. And then I was able to pay the stuff but anyway, so the whole thing about the toll roads, and I'm just seeing how far everything goes. I mean, it's nice weather and everything, But then I went to the thing, and I didn't get picked again. I was on 5 of those shows. I met some East Coaster people and stuff, but, I don't know. This whole East Coast, West Coast thing, I don't know if I would be a good East Coast person, especially if I decide to be a mass hole. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally messing with you, Jason. East Coast is awesome, but the thing is, I just can't do it. If I'm worried about being in California and something bad happening, right? Just imagine going to New York around there. I want to be as far from New York as possible. So Boston, I love Boston. Wade Boggs, Roger Clemens, all those people, right? New York, I'm not a big New York guy. I'm totally anti-New York. I don't like the Yankees. I used to like the Mets because Gary Carter went to my high school. But aside from that, it's like sport-wise, yes. And then, but thing is, coronavirus-wise, you got to just stay away from those nursing homes. Because that guy Ron Kim, his dad, I think his uncle passed away. And so he's pissed off at Cuomo, and then stuff's going to happen. This is like totally current event. Like I heard this like an hour ago on the radio, right? But I don't know. It's all about just going out, being happy, enjoy. No, Greg, not for that. And yeah, I realized one thing too from this week. Okay, it's since I've been doing like the same thing every day, right? I mean, if you guys watch my channel, you guys know I do the same thing every day. And then I missed the days where I had so many random things that I did. It made life exciting and it made different videos exciting, right? Those days, I can't wait for it to come back, right? Just simple stuff. You have lunch here, you have dinner there, you go to the store, you go to the beach, you go all the different stuff. So I think those days are coming back again. And then those days are coming back with me being skinnier, right? So like I said, I'm going to keep my whole stuff with the, these new discipline things, mental, right? I feel really aware. And I feel like this time it's different. Everyone says that. Oh, no, he's not going to hit me this time. This time is different. No, this one, I feel different because it's like I realize the advantage of having you do a daily walk for all these years or all these years. What? 1,136 days, right? And then so it's oh my gosh. Oh no, okay, never mind. So just so you know, when it's 1,165 days of me going, it's been exactly a year from the pandemic starting. So when I go and I tell myself these things every day, I realize if I could just make it to 6 o'clock without eating, then I'm good as gold. So then I realized I could just eat in the morning and stuff. So now it's like it's like a game. It's like a game. I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to get down to at least Greg Lehman size, right? And then eventually I can get down to Tracy's size. And then once I do that, then I think that, it'll probably be easier to get married. Thank you very much. But, until then, I'm just going to be as happy AF. Yes? All right. Anyways, I have to get ready. I have to tutor one of my students at 7 o'clock. She needs to learn surface area, and then I have to do a Zoom session and teach this stuff. And but this Friday, we're continuing the whole month of love. So if you come, you want to hear some singing, great. Come on down. You never know. We might have special guests. Maybe a singing unicorn out there. No, I'm kidding. Maybe Harold the Handyman. Whatever. But anyway, so a lot of different surprises coming. But I don't know if it's a surprise this week. That's about that. But anyways, everybody. Oh my gosh, Brian, you always come like at the very, very end when I'm about to go. So you know what? Just for Brian, my childhood friend, Mr. Coforth and so forth. Got a song for you. What? What is this? Oh no. Oh, horrible. This whole time I didn't know that my sound was pretty bad. But anyways, just in time. All right, everyone, this is for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again this Friday. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling. smiling until then. This Friday. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Yes. So thank you, Sanghoon and Noah and Jeffrey, Thomas, Jason, Tracy, Greg, and Brian. Thanks for all coming and watching by today. And Mom, I know you're watching too. But it's time to go. Until then, it'll be happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. So this Friday, come back for Karaoke Nights. But until then, happy trails to you till we meet